Hey guys, Ultra Prime here, and welcome back to more GTA 5 Online. Now today's build is going to be another Fast and Furious build. And this one is going to be Dom Toretto's Plymouth GTX from the Fate of the Furious. Now, unfortunately, there's no actual Plymouth GTX in GTA 5. Unless not one I could find. But most people that I've seen use a specific car, which is right here. The Bravado Gauntlet Classic, which is available on San Andreas Super Autos for 650,000, or if you use the car as a getaway vehicle for the Diamond Casino heist, you can unlock the trade price for $461,250. All right, let's do it.
What are we doing today?
We're making another Fast and Furious build.
What can I help you with?
Okay, so the Benny's upgrade, don't do that. Like, it's not an actual custom. Okay, so armor and brakes are completely up to you. And front bumper. So the car actually does have a splitter. However, it's like split right down the middle. And the closest one for that is going to be the twin wedge splitter. Because. And for the rear bumper, now this car doesn't have like a chrome or silver rear bumper here, so it's just completely black.
Hard when you can have anything.
So it's going to be primary stock. And for the chassis, it does have a roll cage, from what I could see from the picture I'm using as like a reference. It does have a roll cage with leather seats, so none of this. So just go with regular roll cage. Engine is completely up to you, but I recommend it as usual. Exhaust.
Technology and budget permitting.
So the closest exhaust is going to be the box exhausts. This can be the closest there. And front fenders. So here's the thing. The car actually does have like a brown striped sort of livery on the hood. However, there's no exact
If you can think it, I can do it.
like exact livery with that sort of stripe from the movie. However, you can add these on, which is like a that like closely resembles that livery. So I just put on the Gauntlet vents as like a reference to it. And grill. So the car doesn't have like this like split thing. It's just completely open here. So for this one, what you're going to do is going to be the performance grills. Now, either this primary or secondary color, that's completely up to you, because
Do you need a drink
it's going to be like the same color.
or something?
So that really doesn't really matter. Just as long as you get the performance grills, it doesn't really matter which one you use. It's completely the same. Okay, so next is the hood. Now, here's the thing with the hood. If I can find a good picture of it. Yeah. So
No rush at all.
the deep inset hood is like the one closest. I guess sort of centered here. However, it's now someone used the twin intake hood, the one I used for reference, but this doesn't look right. So the closer, more accurate build would be this one, the deep inset hood. Now, horn doesn't really matter, up to you, really. Lights, car didn't have any xenon lights, nor neon kits, so completely off. Livery. So as I stated before, the car didn't have like a set livery like this, so just put none. Plate. So the license plate on the car is a New York license plate, and those plates are usually blue and yellow. So it's gonna be a yellow on blue. And if you wanna copy like the plate number itself, it's gonna be KLQ 6341. And rear fenders is none. Car didn't have that. Respray. So respray is actually very easy. It's just a classic black for like both primary and secondary. And for the like the trim color, it's so the trim color. So I'm looking through like the Fast and Furious wiki here, and it doesn't look like there's like any photos of the interior. So I say just like keep the default graphite
Odd when you can have anything.
and roof. So I just left it as the stock roof because the car didn't have any sun strips or louvers. I guess you could go with the primary roof. It's pretty much like the same as the stock. So either of those work, really. So either stock or primary. I just left the stock, just like save money. And skirts. So the video I used for reference has the primary custom skirt and spoiler. So the main spoiler here is the low level spoiler. So unfortunately, from the Fast and Furious wiki, I couldn't find any like good view on like the actual color of the spoiler. So either low level spoilers should work. It's completely up to you. And suspension. So the car actually sits pretty low. So competition suspension is like gonna be the closest. It sits very low. Transmission, turbo, up to you. And wheels. So for the wheel type, it's gonna be street, big mamba. And for the wheel color, I chose a dark ivory. Now, it does have like a very dark brown, so dark ivory probably works better. Like it's probably like the most accurate. If you disagree with the color, with the wheel color, just let me know. And if it works, I'll change it to that. And tire design is stock. Bulletproof tires up to you, and tire smoke, just leave that the default. And finally, windows. So the window tints aren't like very like dark. I mean, you can still see through it, but it is tinted. So the closest will be light smoke. And that's all the options there. Let's go. Oh yeah. I forgot. It's a muscle car, so it can do wheelies. I always forget that the muscle cars can do that. So overall, it's a really nice car, and I'd say I'd recommend it. For your Fast and Furious garage. Oh yeah, fun fact: it's actually according to the wiki, it's actually the fastest car in like the entire series, with a top speed of 269 miles per hour. So this car is actually fast, which is actually really cool. I like that. Alright, so there you have it. That's Dom's Plymouth GTX from Fate of the Furious. So that's all for this time. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. See ya.